Okay, I just simply put up the 4x4 system. Okay, I'm not sure whether got solution. That's why I'm checking using the inverse metric method first. Say my x1 because sometimes you may not have solutions. That's why I check first. Make sure you got solution. Okay, so this is 4x4. You got 4 unknown. Want to solve. Okay, I'm checking. Find the inverse, M inverse, and then multiply with vector B. Control Shift Enter. Yeah, got solutions. Okay, so now you want to solve, let's say, using Gauss elimination with pivoting. Okay, to solve using Gauss elimination with pivoting. Okay, first step mean to you have to make sure the entry here become 0. The yellow color. Mean this is you have to make sure the entry below this one is what we call A21, A31, A41. Okay, and then this is A32, A42. Okay, and then A43 becomes 0. Okay, and if you want to use Gauss elimination with pivoting, make sure the modulus A11 is the maximum. So in this case, you have to change the fourth row become first row. So or you may just change the fourth and the first. Okay, the sequence doesn't matter. Okay, as long as make sure the A11, the magnitude A11 is the maximum. Okay, so I'm going to do this one. So this cell, I select the whole first row equal to this value. Control Shift Enter. Okay, and then the rest, I may just put it down. I just copy. Okay, so now you have to make this one 0, this one 0, this one 0. Okay. So now, before you start Gauss elimination with pivoting, make sure the magnitude A11 is maximum. So this is a maximum. Okay, now reduce A21, A21 becomes 0. Okay, using the operation exactly. I have to make it text, otherwise I cannot write. Okay, using the formula is negative A21 divide A11. Okay, and then this is multiply R1 plus R2 put into the new R2 prime. Okay, to reduce A31 becomes 0. Similarly, it's negative A31 divide A11. Okay, multiply R1 plus R3 put into the new R3. Okay, to reduce A4 becomes 0. Make it. Cannot. You put negative, they thought this is a formula, so you have to format it become text. Okay, this is negative A31 divide A11 multiply R1 plus R3 put into Okay, R3 prime. Put into the new R3. For the, okay, to eliminate A41 becomes 0, is negative A41 divide A11 multiply R1 plus R4 put into the, okay, new R4. Okay, so now this one go to this.
A42 or A41?
Yeah, A41, A41. You're right. Okay, this is negative A41. Okay, so the first row, no changes. Okay, after we swap the row, after we make sure the A11 is magnitude A11 is maximum, then reduce A21, A31, A41 becomes 0. So you got 3 steps. Later on, okay, later on, before you reduce A3 to become 0, make sure the magnitude A22 is a maximum. Okay, now we do the step 1 first. Let's say put S1. Step 1. Okay. So it's, okay, to key in formula equal, and then, okay, the formula is negative. Okay, to use this formula, because A21 divide A11 is constant value. Okay, its constant value is either you type negative 5 over 8. If you key in the cell like this, okay, and then you multiply, so you click on A21 divide A11 multiply row 1. This is row 1 plus row 2. Okay, if you put it like here, the first cell will be correct. So, but when you copy it, you see everything is 0. Because, okay, the formula change now is, because negative A21 divide A1 is constant, but when you copy it to the next column, the formula will be, okay, initially you put negative B13 divide B12, and then time B12 plus B3. When you copy it, it relatively change. When you copy it next column, B will become C. You copy it down, the row will be increased. So this one, negative C13 divide C12, okay, is wrong, because this one is constant. Only row 1, row 2 is, okay, according to the column red. But, okay, negative A21 divide A11 is constant. So to avoid this, to make it constant, that's why in Excel, okay, or if you have a latest calculator also, you got a way to fix it. Because the latest model of calculator, you have the spreadsheet mode, but unfortunately only 5 columns, and it's too small. So to make it constant, you put dollar front, okay, and at the back of your column, okay, mean Excel refer a cell by the column is ABCD, the column row. So you put, okay, a dollar in front of the column, okay, front and back. Okay, so now, okay, so this one is correct. So you see, you check back the formula. So when you dollar front back, it is constant. So when you copy it, it remains constant. Only when column 2, so this is a row 2, okay, row 1, row 2. Row 1, row 2 in corresponding column there. Row 1, okay, this is row 1, row 2. Okay, so you done step 1, then you do step 2. Okay, step 2, I just lazy, I copied the formula and just slightly modify. B13. Yeah. Okay, if you modify like this, you confuse. Okay, in negative equal to negative A31 divide A11 multiply row 1 plus row 3. Okay, and then A31 make it constant. A11 make it constant. Okay, so done the step 2. Step 3 is negative A41 divide A11 multiply row 1 last, row 4, okay, and then makes a A41 constant, okay, makes a A11 constant. That one you don't make constant. When you copy it, it will relatively change according to the column. So after 3 steps, we managed to reduce A21, A31, A41 becomes 0. Okay, and then next step, you have to reduce, okay, here. A32, A42 becomes 0, but make sure the entry A22 is the maximum. So in this case, okay, the maximum is 4.125. That's why you need to swap. So we swap first, okay. Swap, okay, row 3 with row 2. Okay, so that's why this one. So in this case, if pivoting is a bit you need a bit programming to make it become is a template where you key in automatically answer will be out, but without programming, I think it wouldn't be the universal template here. But if Gauss elimination can, but here because here if pivoting I need to swap row. So unless you use a programming to control it, so mean first row maintain, okay, the third row have to become second row. So that's why this one, if I give you later on, it's not become universal template. Okay, and then I copy this one. This one copy down. Yeah. Okay, when you copy, you see the value change because it contains formula, so it automatically change according to the row. So that's why it is wrong. So I managed to swap third row becomes second row. Now I need this one. So Control C, I copy. So when you want the value maintained when you copy it, so you paste value. So this one, Control C, paste value. Okay, so now magnitude A22 is the maximum compared to the the entry below below it. So you can reduce the A32 becomes 0, A42 becomes 0. So you need step this is a step 4, and you need step 5. Okay, so the step 4, do not confuse, let's say we just put here, let's say we indicate back, this is row 1. Okay, we refer to the latest system because I don't want to put so many prime later you confuse. Okay, now with this system we indicate back this R1, R2, R3, R4. So now the formula that you need to reduce A32 becomes 0 is negative A32 divide A22. Oh, to make it text, otherwise I cannot write text. Okay, so negative A32 divide A22 time row 2 plus row 3. Okay, put into row 3. So this is the form. Yeah, text. I already make it become text. Sometimes in Excel, when you key in negative, they will assume this is a row. I use this one to write. Okay, cannot write. Yeah. So this is negative A32 divide. Too big. Not good. Already text now. Text. Okay, I write this one first. Negative A. Why I don't want to treat it as a text? A42 divide A22. A22 multiply row 2 plus row 4. Put into row 4. So this is negative A32 divide A22 multiply row 2 plus row 3 put into row 3. Okay. The pattern is there. When you want to make these two cells become 0, okay, so the formula is negative coefficient of A32, A32, this cell is A32 divide. Okay, divide the, we call the diagonal value is actually the pivot number, divide by this pivot number, multiply the pivot row here, which is row 2, okay, plus the row that you're going to make changes, which is row 3, put into the new row 3. So when you want to make A42 become 0, so it's negative coefficient of A42 divided by pivot number of second column, which is A22 times row 2, okay, put into row 4. Okay, so now we continue step 4 and 5. So this one I copy. You see, when you copy this way, it will relatively change the formula. That's why you want to maintain the value, so paste with value. Okay, so now the step 4, step 5. Okay, this one is 0, this is 0. Okay, the formula is negative divide, negative this A42, A32 divide A22 multiply row 2 plus row 3. Then you copy it. So because I didn't make constant, okay, and then the A42, to make A42 become 0 is negative A42 divide A22 multiply row 2 plus row 4, make constant for that coefficient. Okay. So after step 4 and 5, the entry A32, A4 to become 0. And then you want to make this the A43 become 0. But before that, before you do the row operation, make sure the magnitude A33 is the maximum. So that's why you see the magnitude A33 is maximum provided you swap the row 4 and row 3. So I'm going to Control C. Okay, so this one you have to swap the row. Okay, and then this one. Okay, so now, okay, after swapping the row, you can make the A43 become 0. So this will be your step 5, okay, row operation. So the row operations, let me make it text. Yeah, what? Negative. Now this is A42. Sorry, A43 divide A33 multiply row 3 plus row 4. Okay, let's refer this is R1, R2, R3, R4. Okay, always refer to the latest system. So now, okay, my row 3 is the latest system. After I make sure A33 is the maximum. So this is a row 4. Okay, and then now you can reduce this one become 0. So I can copy it. Control C. Paste the value. Okay, so the step 5 is here. This is 0. This is 0. Okay, so the formula is negative. This one A42 divide A43, divide A33 multiply row 3 plus row 4, make constant for the entry A43 A33. Okay, so now I get this is this upper triangular matrix. You can see. So you can get upper triangular matrix. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, should be step 6. Okay. Sixth step. Because you got 6 entry below below the A11, A22, A33. So total you have the 6 step. If the system is not 3 diagonal or not consist any 0 there, 6 step, then the step 6, 7 is your backward substitution. Okay, so I have my X1. Okay. So backward substitution means you solve from the last row. Okay, I solve it from the last row. So this means negative 2.04967 x4 equal to negative 4.20861. So that's why x4 will be this value divided by this coefficient. Let me check with top. Correct, 2.05331. Okay, x3. This means negative 9.15152 x3 plus 0.57576 x4 equal to negative 1.24242. Hence the x3 will be this value, mean the B3 value, minus minus coefficient for x4 multiply the value of x4, okay, divided by coefficient of x3. 26494. Yeah, 26494, correct. And then the x2, exactly, this means is 4.125 x number 2 plus 7.25 x2 plus 8.75 x4 equal to 5. Hence, x2 will be b2 here. Mean 5 minus, okay, coefficient of x3 time, okay, the value of x3 minus coefficient for x4 multiply the value for x4 divided by the coefficient for x2. So negative 3.60, check, correct. Okay, and then x1, okay, mean this is 8x1 plus 7x2 plus 6x3 plus 2x4 equal to 8. Hence, okay, x1 will be b1, which is 8 minus, okay, this is coefficient for x1, so you multiply with, 7 here, this coefficient for x2, so multiply with x2, so minus because here left hand side you bring to the other side, that's why minus 6 times coefficient for x3 times x3 value, so minus, okay, this coefficient for x4 time value of x4 divided by coefficient for x1. So 3.44588. Mean when you read back, this one is actually, you just put it x1, this is x2, this is x3, x4, some sort like this. It means 8x1 plus 7x2, 6x3 plus 2x4 equal to 8. So this is the Gauss elimination method with pivoting. If you don't have, okay, any entry 0 compared to this one. Okay, sorry. 2D. So 2D, okay, I think sum of the entry is 0. So any question or not? For the 4x4 system using the Gauss elimination with pivoting. So for exercise 3, question 2D, you may mix swap first and second row. And then when you swap these two, yeah, I cannot write here. I cannot write in this faucet. Okay, so mean to use Gauss elimination with pivoting, so you need to swap row. You just swap these two. You swap these two. Okay, so I put it here. 2, 9, 1, 0, 6, like this. Okay, 29106. I just swap second and first. 0, 0, 3, 4, 8. Okay, 0, 1, 9, 4, 8. then I have 2, 1, 0, 0, 9. This is a vector B. Here is a matrix A. This is a vector B. Okay, so since the A3 2 1 3 1 becomes 0, you just need to reduce this one become 0. Okay, so the formula that you need is just negative A41 A41 divide A11 multiply row 1 plus row 4. Okay, put into row 4. So I copy, I paste it. So you just need first step negative. Okay, click A41 divide A11 multiply in column 1 this is a row 1. Okay, in column 1 this is a row 4. Okay, be careful to mix the coefficient A41, put a dollar in front B and before in front of column label and behind the column label to make it constant. Okay, then you copy. So all here 0. Okay, and then you have to and then here you see the entry A22 is 0. Cannot you cannot have entry A22 is 0. That's why you have to make sure the magnitude of A22 is a maximum. Hence you see the magnitude negative 8 mean when the following step when you want to make the entry below A2 to become 0, you have to make sure magnitude of A22 is a maximum. So in this case, you have to swap the row 4 to row 3. Then you have to swap this thing. You need to swap these two rows. Yeah. Okay, so this one I can equal to this. Okay, and then mean the fourth row you have to swap it become second row equal to this value. Control Shift Enter. Okay, and then mean I swap row 2 and row 4. 0, 0, 3, 4, 8. Okay, third row maintain. So the pivoting, okay, unless using programming, otherwise, if I give you also later on you change other system, it won't be the same. Unless we have got programming to control, to check this one. Okay, so now the magnitude A22 is maximum. So you need to make the A31 here become 0. So here make sure the magnitude A22 is maximum. Okay. So after you make sure the magnitude A22 is a maximum, so reduce this one. Okay. So reduce A32 A32 here becomes 0 using make this one become text. So negative A32 divide A22 multiply row 2 plus row 3. Okay, here I don't put any prime. So means I will always refer to the latest row. So row 2, row 3 here is the latest. Don't refer to the original. Okay. Control C. Okay, if you copy, then make sure you paste value. Okay, so now I want to make this one become 0. Okay, I want to make this cell become 0. So I can just into that cell equal negative negative A32 divide A22 multiply row 2 here plus row 3. Okay, the A32 make it become constant. So this is step 2. So step 2, okay, so now here. So we need to make this cell. So before you proceed to the next step, make sure the magnitude A33 is a maximum. Make sure the A33 is maximum. Magnitude A33 is maximum. Since so this is correct. This step is not. So since 8.875 is greater than magnitude of 3, so you no need to swap row. So later on you just reduce. Reduce A43 becomes 0 using the row operations. Negative A42 divide A33 multiply row 3. Okay, always refer to the latest case system plus row 4. So to reduce this entry becomes 0, you use negative. Okay, this is A43. Sorry, A43. A43 divide A33 times row 3 plus row 4, put into row 4. Okay. So mean I will copy everything. Control C, and then I paste value. Okay, now I want to make this one become 0. So equal negative. Okay, A43 divide A33 time. This is row 3 plus row 4. Okay, makes the A43 become constant. Okay, so now you got this, and then so now you have the on and copied just now. Something wrong. Because just now maybe I didn't paste value. Then you can read back this D26 divide D25 times D25 plus D26, correct? Okay. How many steps you need just now? So just now you swap row, swap first and second, makes the A41 become 0. Okay. Swap row, okay, and then make A41 become 0. After that, make sure the A22 is maximum by swapping the fourth and the second. Okay, the fourth and second. And then makes the entry below A2 to become 0. Okay, so we have this step. And then after that, makes the entry become A33 become 0. Okay, after that you get, this is actually the upper triangular matrix. Then you can find the x1, x2, x3, x4. Okay, if actually just now this formula you can actually copy. Let's see, if I copy, okay, just now here, when you want to copy, make sure you put in the same layout. Yeah. And then the formula will be automatically mean relatively chain. Okay, and then to double check whether your answer correct, okay, you can always use the inverse metric method. If you use Excel, you can use inverse metric method. If you use a calculator, you go to equation mode to check. The latest model, you can up to 4x4 system. Okay. Okay, inverse of the original matrix. Okay, and then multiply with the vector B. Control Shift Enter. Something wrong. Something wrong. Any mistake there? Okay. So this, the first one. This formula wrong. It's not egg. This cell. Then type egg. Because just now wrong, because when calculate this one, I key in egg. To make it a template, click this cell. So when I copy it, it will follow. Okay, so this is for the exercise 3C 2D. Okay, any question that you want to ask? Or you cannot in front of your laptop, then you have to use the calculator.
Doctor, exercise 3, question 3.
Exercise 3, question 3. Okay, this one have to put in, you have to plug in the value. Yeah, cannot write here. One, Okay, means you have to plug in the value before you can solve this system of linear equation. So you plug in R1. This is for electrical student. So, okay, your F cup also doesn't matter. You just plug in the value. So, mean you plug in, okay, R1, R2, R3, R4, R5, and then, okay, expand it, put it into, okay, system of linear equation. So, means your R1, you put it, you have what? 20 I1 minus I2. R2 is 10 I1 minus I3 equal to V1. V1 is 0. Okay, after you put in, you have to expand so that you can put it, okay. Mean you expand, you collect the same term. 20 I1 plus 10 I1. So total, okay, for the first equation, you got 30 I1. So this is minus 20 I2 minus 10 I3 equal to 0. So this is the first equation. So similarly, you plug in R3 here. This one too small to write. Okay, the deleted and crowd you don't use. Okay, you didn't learn. Okay, so you solve it using Gauss elimination with Gauss eliminations. Huh? Okay, so you plug in the value R1. Oh, before that, make sure I enter enough space. Okay, go on hanging. Okay. Okay, so you plug in the R1 value, which is, okay, here, when you change this become, this is 20, R2, you put it, this is 10, R3, this is 25, R4, 10, R1 is 20, V1, 0, V2, 0, V3, 200, R5 is 30, R4 is 10, R2 is 10. Check. R1 20, R2 10, V1 0, V2 0, V3 200. Okay, R3 25, R4 10, R1 20. Okay, R5 is 30, R4 is 10, R2 is 10. Expand and collecting, okay, the same term. Okay, so mean I put it here. You have here 20 I1 minus I2 plus 10 I1 minus I3 equal to 10. Okay, second equation you have 25 I2 plus 10 times I2 minus I3 plus 20 I2 minus I1 equals 0. And then 30 I3 plus 10 I3 minus I2 plus 10 I3 minus I1 equal 200. Then you expand it, okay, collecting the same term. So mean here 20 I1 plus 10 I1. So the first equation I have 30 I1 plus 20 I1 plus 10 I1. 30 I1, okay, and then okay, you have here minus 20 I2, okay, here minus 10 I3 equal to 0. Okay, and then the second equation, okay, put I1 first. I1 negative 20. So negative 20 I1. Okay, later on collects your I2. Okay, I2. Okay, 10 I2, 20 I2. So 25 plus 10, 35 plus 20, 55. So you have 55 I2. Okay, and then I3. So you expand it. So minus 10 I3 equal to 0. So double check. I1 negative 20 I2, 35, 55 I2, negative 10 I3. Okay, now move to the third equation. Okay, put I1 first. I1. Yeah. Negative 10 I1. Okay, I2 here. 10 times negative I2. So is negative 10 I2. Okay, I3, collect all the I3 term, 30. This is 10 I3, 10 I3. So total is 50 I3. So after you plug in, expand, collecting the same term, arrange it I1, I2, I3 first. Okay, sorry. The third equation is equal to 200. So double check, okay, whether you simplify correctly, because it affect your answer. Okay, once you confirm correct, then you can, okay, you can, let's say you just perform using the Gauss elimination with pivoting. Okay, perform using Gauss elimination with pivoting. Okay, so you reduce, okay, these two. Yeah, these two. Okay, these three. Then A21, A31, A32 becomes 0. Let's say you use Gauss elimination with pivoting. No need pivoting. Just Gauss elimination. You want pivoting also can, if okay, or you use Gauss elimination. If you hardworking, you can perform, okay, later on you perform with Gauss elimination with pivoting. Okay, I put into the augmented metric form. So you have 30, negative 20, negative 10. This is 0. Okay, and then this one using the formula, mean the step 1 using the formula negative A21 divide A11, row 1 plus row 2, put into the new row 2. Okay, so in this case is, okay, negative negative, so 20 divide 30, because negative negative positive, so you can cancel that here. So the row, okay, if you use calculator, then row 1 you may put it A. Okay, let's say, okay, or key in into the template there. If Gauss elimination, the template can work. Okay, put into the new row 2. Okay, and then for step 2 is negative A31 divide A11. Then the row 1 plus row 3 put into the new row 3. So negative, negative, you have 1/3. Let's say A plus C put into your row 3. Negative 10, negative of negative 10 divide 30, so it's 1/3. So you can, okay, first row is A, second row is B, third row is C. If you want to calculate using calculator, okay, or you can just put into the Excel, okay, just now. You can, okay, get the answer, okay, automatically. Let me check back. So which one that you use actually, using the Excel or calculator? Okay, are you all around or not?
Yes, Doctor. Calculator.
Calculator.
Prefer Excel. Doctor, in final examination, do we need to write it all down? Like when we did it in Excel, do we need to write it down?
Final, I'm not sure whether you is online or not, but test, okay, I'm sure, okay, it's still can online. So if you in Excel, okay, you can just put it like here, some comment or anything, you just like what I did here, in the formula. You can write on Excel here. But okay, final, I'm not sure whether it will be in the exam hall or mean the whole sem you are online, I'm not sure. Okay, mean actually Excel is much faster. Mean if you use calculator, you need to calculate. Okay, in Excel, you put in the first formula, you drag. Second formula, you drag. Okay, third formula, you drag. Okay, in calculator, okay, each entry you have to calculate. So it's 2/3. Right, okay, in calculator, you need, okay, key in this formula. 2 divide 3, row 1 is A, row 2 is B, and then you calculate. Okay, when in first column, the A is 30, B is negative 20, so you get 0. So in calculator, you have to calculate one by one. Then you calculate again, second row, A is negative 20, second column, A is negative 20, B is 55. So you get here, mean 41, I'll put it here, 1, 2, okay, because fraction is more accurate compared to if round it, so 125 divide 3. Okay, and then you calculate, in the third column, A is negative 10, B is negative 10, so you get negative 50 over 3. Okay, so the fourth column, since okay, both entry are 0, of course you will get 0. Because A 0, okay, your A 0, B 0, of course you get 0. Okay, now you move to the second step where the formula is, okay, 1/3. Okay, row 1, use A, row 3 use C. Then you calculate. In first column, A is 30. Okay, B is negative 10. So you have 0. Okay, now second column, use a finger to point to the A is first row, C is the third row. So you calculate. A is negative 20. Okay, C is negative 10. So get negative 50 over 3. Okay, third column, calculate. Third column, A is negative 10. Okay, C is 50. So 14003. Because if you use fractions, will be exact. If you round it, you have introduced a rounding error. Okay, now the fourth column, A is 0. C is 200. So you have 200. So if this is Gauss elimination. If Gauss elimination with pivoting also will be the same step. Because Gauss elimination with pivoting, okay, mean both are same result. Because if Gauss elimination with pivoting also, okay, the magnitude A11 is maximum. So it is true. So mean this is both, okay, Gauss elimination and Gauss elimination with pivoting is the same step. Here. Then the later on the magnitude A22 is maximum. Okay. So it's correct. 125 over 3 is greater than 50 over 3. So both Gauss elimination and Gauss elimination with pivoting for this question is the same. So you move to the step 3. Where step 3 you need a formula. It's a negative. Okay, let's refer this one is a all row 2, row 3. So always refer to the latest system. So the step 3 is negative A32 divide A33 multiply row 2 plus row 3 put into the row 3. Always takes the latest system. Okay, because put too many prime later you confuse. Okay, you want to prime this. This is prime like this. So this will be third. So you key into your calculator. You have negative, so positive. 50 over 3 divide 125 over 3. Row 2, let's say we use D. Row 3 use E. Okay, and then over 3 you can cancel. So you just key in is 50 divide 125 alpha D. Yeah, make sure here alpha D plus alpha E. Correct. You can, if you want to simplify, also can. Okay, and before that, okay, let's copy it down row 1, row 2. So you have 30, negative 20, negative 10, 0. So 0, 125 over 3, negative 50 over 3, 0. Okay, this is 0. Okay, now focus on column 2. You calculate. Okay, so this is mean D is second column, E is third column. So you calculate. D is 125 divide 3. Okay, E is a third column, third row, which is negative 50 divide 3. So you get the answer is 0. Okay, now move to the third column. Calculate again. Okay, D is a second row, which is negative 50 divide 3. E is third row, which is 140 0 divide 3. So you get this is 40. Okay, the last column, calculate. Okay, D is a second row, which is 0. Okay, E is the last row, 200. You get 200. Okay, now you can use, okay, after step 3, step 4, you can use backward substitution. Okay, you can use backward substitution, or you can key in this upper triangular matrix into your equation mode to get the answer. Means x1, x2, x3. Okay, if you use backward substitution, means the x3, you have 40 x3 times 200. So the x3 is 200 divide 4. So you have 50. Okay, and then here is 125 x2 minus 50 over 3. Oh. So it's 125 x2.
Sorry, doctor.
Yes.
It's 5x3 because 200 divided by 40.
Oh, okay, thank you. Yeah, you're right. So divide by 40 is 5. Correct. Thank you. So the second row, you have 125 x2 minus 50 over 3 x3 equal to 0. Okay, mean if you cannot like this, you write slowly lah. 125 over 3 x2, okay, minus 53 x3 equal to 0. Then you, okay, you have to write times x3, which is 5, and then you calculate your x2. So mean your x2, okay, 3 and 3 here you can cancel. So it's a 50 times 5 divide 125. 50. For me, I will minus plus. And I will 50 divide 3. Okay, if I directly, okay, 50 over 3, this value, bring to the other side, minus positive, times 5. Okay, times 5. Then this one, divide 125 divide 3. 2. Okay, is it correct? Double check this one. 50 times 5 divide 125. 2. Okay, and then slowly, okay, after that is the first row, 30 x1 minus 20 x2 minus 10 x3 equal to 0. So you have 30 x1 equal to 20 x2 plus 10 x3. So your x1 is 20, x2 is 2, okay, x3 is 5. So divide by 30. So you just calculate 20 times 2 plus 50 divide by 30. So 3. Okay, this is manually, okay, do it, okay, or else you get this upper triangular matrix. You can always go to your equation modes. Okay, go to your equation modes. Key in this upper triangular matrix. Okay, for this K model, you can up to 4 by 4, okay, system. But this is 3 by 3. So you key in this upper triangular matrix, then you can skip this, okay, backward substitutions, okay, writing here. 25 divide 3. Yeah, negative 50 divide 3. 0, 0, 0, 40, 200. Okay, before you press equal, always double check whether you key in correctly. Negative 20. So 3, 2, 5. Okay, this is using equation mode into your upper triangular matrix. And of course, you can always use the equation modes in the original system to get the exact solution. Okay, as what in Excel, okay, I will always use the inverse metric method to get the exact solution. Okay, or okay, this one, search back the template that I gave to you. Where is it? This one, a Gauss elimination. Okay, let me see what is the see this one. Okay, for Gauss eliminations, okay, the template is you change the system, the rest automatically change. But Gauss elimination with pivoting, because we need to swap row and depend on the system. So that's why it's not that okay. Universal mean is maybe different system is not okay. The answer or the step is not correct. So this one, let's say we key in just now question into this template where I got this is 30, negative 20, negative 10, this 0, 0, this is 200, then here negative 20, 55, negative 10, negative 10, negative 10, 50. So okay, this is a template. Okay, for Gauss elimination it works. Okay, for all the system, only the Gauss elimination with pivoting not necessary, because the step may be different depend on you need swapping row there. So means step 1, step 2. Okay, but the manual just now I put in fraction point, okay, fraction form, but in Excel you can only in the floating, okay, can in the floating point number. Let's see. I mean the exercise 3 that I gave to you. Okay, okay, the exercise I gave to you, this is for FKE because it's 2 credit, their syllabus is lesser. So later on when the needed exercise, I will just give it to you, okay, slowly. This one only Gauss elimination, okay. So all the question, okay, 3 done, mean you have completed all the questions, is it?
Yes. Doctor, one more question. Exercise 2, question 3.
Okay, exercise 2, question 3. Okay, this one interval already given. You plug in the G value 9.81. you want to find W. Okay, mean the plug in G is, this one I cannot write. Okay, G you plug in 9.81, move X equal to 0.5 in T equal to 1 second. So you plug in X is 0.5. Okay, G 9.81. In the book, I think I change it to 4 decimal place. So 4 W squared exponent W, T is 1, so it's E W. Okay, T is 1, so plus sin W. Okay, we want to find the value of W in the equation by taking the interval negative to negative 1. So make this one become non-linear equation. So you move 0.5 or you put here the 0.5. Okay, this is negative. So bring to left side, you have plus 9.81 divide 4 W squared at EW plus sin W equal to 0. So now this become non-linear equation. So you want to find W. You want to find the W so that your Y become 0. Okay, they give you the interval negative to negative 1. If the interval is not given, exactly you can use your calculator table mode to tabulate to see from which value the Y change from positive to negative or negative to positive. Let's see. Table equal. Okay, you can tabulate. Okay, the function is exactly here. This part, so it's a 0.5 plus 0.814. Okay, in the table mode, we can only key in X, so W change it to X. Square. And then exponent X plus sin. Close. Okay, check back whether you key in correctly. 0.5. Okay, this one make it become equation. So 0.5 plus 9.81 divide 4. W become X. Okay, so exponent X plus sin. Okay, in calculator also, when you key in sin, they open the bracket for you. So make sure you close the bracket. And then we have here another bracket. Okay, and then you equal. Okay, we have only one function. The second function, you can make it 0. Okay, this one I just simply put 1 to 5. See whether you can get the range. Okay, you see if the fx positive, I move to here. Okay, in this case latest model, just now I just simply put up the value 1 to 5. Means starting is 1, ending is 5, step side is 1, the default given by the calculator. And then when I go to the new row just now, let me see, new row, I equal, it will keep on increasing like in Excel. You drag. So you see when you increase to X, go to infinity, the Y keep increasing, bigger and bigger. So mean the range positive side from 1 to, let's say, positive infinity, the value of the Y keep on increasing, too big. That's why we may need to change the interval there. Mean positive is not positive will give you increasing function. The value of Y keep on increase. Okay, so let's say I change maybe put up some negative value. So now I put negative 5 to positive 5. You see the value positive. Negative 4, y also positive. Negative 3, y also positive. Negative 2, y also positive. Negative 1. Okay, so now you see why the question give you the interval negative to negative 1. Because when x is negative 2, y is positive. X is negative 1, y go to negative. So according to intermediate value theorem, see bigger. Cannot bigger already. Sorry. Okay, according to the intermediate value theorem, okay, 0 give you error, cannot or maybe divide. Okay, 0 cannot because you divide by 0. For if w is 0, it divide by 0. That's why it give you error. So okay, why the interval from negative to negative 1?
Doctor still in Google Meet.
Oh, still okay. I'm still in Google Meet, but why my I'm still in Google Meet, but where am I? I didn't see another screen. Okay, still here. So you see, okay, from negative to negative 1, positive chain to negative. From positive 1 to goes to negative, sure you pass y equal to 0. That's why there is a root in the interval negative 2 to negative 1. Okay, or you can scan. Okay, shift. Sometimes the graph is not out, or I cannot answer. Or you cannot give the graph. Okay. Suppose, okay, normally when you double click the QR code, the graph is there. Okay, if the graph is not out, doesn't matter. You know the intermediate value theorem says that. So when the x, when the well, it's not, it's slow to out here. So you see here, negative 2 to negative 1. From negative 2, the value is positive. Negative 1, the value is negative. So from positive goes to negative, sure it pass y equal to 0 where the root is there. Okay. So now you see, you know where is the roots. Where is the equation already? Yeah. Oh, here. Okay. So this is a nonlinear equation. Then you can solve. Okay, they said secant. You didn't learn the secant. You can solve either. Let's say you use Newton method. If Newton method, you can either if you use bisection, this is a is negative 2, b is negative 1. Okay, if you use Newton method, you can either choose a is negative 2 or b is negative x naught is negative 2, or you want to choose x naught is negative 1. So either one. Let me see. So what is the function just now? Show here. Okay. I use quickly because I have only a few minutes. I show you using the Newton. Okay, Newton, the limitation, you need to find the f prime x. Whoa. Why they ask you to use secant? Because Newton, it was difficult to find the derivative. Then you have to use you have to use a bisection, or else Newton will also show you another ways that remember you have Newton xi plus 1 equal to xi minus fx divided f prime x I. So you can key in into your calculator x equal x. Okay, your fx is actually 0.5 plus 9.81 divided, okay, we change w to x. So EX plus sin x. Okay, you can ask the calculator to differentiate. Okay, this one, okay, manually differentiate also can. You need to use a product rule. Okay, you can try this one later on. You differentiate manually later on. So you can ask your calculator to differentiate for you. Differentiate 0.5 plus 9.81 divide 4x squared exponent x plus sin x. Okay, close it, and then x equal x, and then you press calculate. Okay, this technique, okay, in case you don't know how to differentiate, but here you can use a product rule to differentiate. Okay, so mean you key in alpha equal alpha x minus, okay, the key in the numerator as your fx 0.5 plus. So okay, 9.81. Okay, so those who use ms, you cannot see like this one, the fraction form, and then you will tend to key in wrongly. That's why it asks you to change. Those who own ms directly change to this latest model. Those who own the ES or EX Plus, you still can use it because you can see natural display. So for the, for x squared, and then you have the shift exponent alpha x, and then plus, where's the sin alpha x, close. Okay, because natural display you won't miss up the bracket. So this one ddx, yellow color, press a shift. So ddx, the function 0.5 plus 9.81 divided by 4 alpha x squared, and then bracket shift exponent alpha x plus sin. And you use this technique, you cannot see the column fx f prime x. You only see the latest x value only. Okay, and then move to x equal x. Okay, before you calculate, make sure you double check, because if you miss bracket or wrong, then everything will give errors. So x equal x, this equal is a red color equal to key in, mean the value, they will do the calculation at the right hand side. Once you get the answer, they put into variable x, and then this process is iterated until you press it, no more changes. So using this technique, you just need to press starting value. Let's say you put -2. If you keep on change until no more changes, that will be the roots. But make sure you key in correctly. Okay, fully correct. Calculate. See, got error. No more. Okay, x correct. What's a mistake? 0.5 plus 9.81. Okay, can you obtain it? Open, close. One, two, 1, 2. And then this is ddx. I want the ddx 0.5 plus here 9.81 divide 4 alpha x squared, and then a bracket, shift exponent x, and then plus sin alpha x. I close the sin. Make sure I close for the exponent there. 1, 2, 1, 2. This is for ddx alpha x. Okay. One bracket 2, 1, 2. Left side 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. X is negative 2. So I get, okay, I key in negative 2, I get negative 1.9606. Using this technique, you cannot see fx, f prime x. Okay, you key in 0 with negative 2, you obtain step number 1, where the x is negative 1.9606. This is step 1, then step 2. Okay, and then using this step, okay, mean the negative 1.9606 is keep into the variable x. So when you equal, they will take this value. Because negative 1.9606 already keep in x, so they will put into the right hand side expression again. So mean they give you this x, to accept this value you press equal. So now you get negative 1.9611. Okay, so this one, so negative 1.9611. Okay, and then you equal, to accept this value, equal 2 times. Time out. I don't know. Why time out? Okay, you try back. Okay, suppose this technique you press until no more changes. Cannot calculate. Oh, 1611. See what is the answer. Yeah, negative 1.1612. Okay, when you check this one, luckily this is exactly equal to 0.005. Okay, other function that we try is normally when we click, okay, you press, it will always give you the same value, so mean that is the roots. Okay, otherwise, you have to, if you use Newton method, you have to differentiate this fx. Mean you have to differentiate this fx using the product rule, where this is the, okay, you differentiate 0.5, of course 0, and then here you have the, okay, this is the u, this is the v, using the product rule, u v prime plus v u prime to differentiate it. Then you can build out your fx, f prime x, or you can use a bisection method to do it, because you didn't learn the secant method.